What's going on, everybody? I'm going to be doing a 3-part series talking about the 5 things that I look for when buying a flashlight, a knife, and a multi-tool. So let's get started. We're going to talk about flashlights this week. I have a whole array of flashlights for you to look at here. This will be a great way for you to explore the different kinds of lights and understand what I look for whenever buying a light. So the first thing that I look for in a flashlight is going to be the brightness. How bright can it get and how dim can it get? These modes are often referred to as turbo and moonlight. Turbo being bright and moonlight being dim. Now within that, there's different brightness levels in certain flashlights. Some flashlights only have one brightness level, while others have a variety of brightness levels. Color temperature could be another thing to look into. Do you want something that's warmer or do you want something that's a little bit cooler? The only thing with a cooler color temperature is it typically means that you're going to have a lower CRI, meaning it's not going to produce as accurate of colors. Do you want a spotlight or a floodlight? Spot being that it has a very tight and focused beam, and flood meaning that it will light up the area around you, maybe not be able to throw quite as far, but it will produce a much more even light that will allow you to see much more within that area. Now with that being said, every flashlight is different. Some flashlights produce a little bit of a spill with a very strong hot spot, while others might be able to produce a little bit more of an even light throughout. Spotlights are capable of throwing much farther distance than a floodlight, so that's another thing to take into consideration. Do you want something that's going to be able to throw very far? You want to be able to see very far out in the distance? Or would you like to keep it close and see more of what's in that area? The next thing I look for is the battery type or the charging capabilities. Sometimes I want a flashlight that has a replaceable battery and I can swap it out with a AA or a AAA battery. And sometimes I just want that flashlight to be rechargeable, really easy to plug in through USB-C. And there's also flashlights that have the option to be able to use a lithium-ion battery and replace it with a standard alkaline AA or AAA battery. I have one of those flashlights right here. This is the Ace Beam PokeLit AA battery flashlight. This has the ability to swap out between a lithium ion and a AA battery. Included right here is a USB-C charging port. So you can just remove it from the flashlight, charge it up, and pop it back in, or just swap it with a standard AA battery. With all that being said, there are also flashlights that have proprietary chargers. That can be a good thing and a bad thing. Personally, for me, I like keeping those proprietary charging flashlights at home or something that I'm going to use in a specific situation. Otherwise, it becomes a little bit cumbersome at times. Olight is one of those brands that's known for their proprietary batteries. The charging system is really nice as it has a magnetic charger on the bottom. All you got to do is just toss it on the charger, pull it off. Makes it really easy. The only bad part about it is if you don't have that charger, you're probably not going to be able to charge your flashlight. The next thing that I look for in a flashlight is the modes and the features. A lot of these flashlight brands make these unique UIs that might be a little bit difficult to learn, but if you stick to a brand or two, it might make things a little bit easier for you. Now with features, one of the things that I used to always look for is a flashlight that has an adjustable focus beam. It can be pretty useful because it basically turns 2 flashlights into one. My only thing with that is it typically degrades the quality of the light itself. The quality of the light that it produces isn't always the greatest, so I tend to stay away from these kinds of flashlights. They are typically a little bit less expensive though. Another feature that I look for is, does it have a lockout feature? Some flashlight lockout features are as simple as just pressing and holding on the button. Other flashlights have a mechanical switch on the side, and other flashlights like the Nightcore EDC 27 have it built into their UI, making it very annoying. The next category that I look for in a flashlight is the size and weight. All of these flashlights here that I have come in different shapes and sizes. Some of them have pocket clips on them. Some of them come with included sheaths. How do you plan on carrying it? Where are you going to use it? Are you just going to store it somewhere? So that's a big thing to take into consideration when buying a flashlight. For me personally, I typically always look for a flashlight that comes with a pocket clip if it's going to be something that I want to carry on me every day. If it's something that's as big as this Marauder right here, I don't plan on carrying this on me at all. So the fact that it doesn't have a pocket clip is no problem to me. And number 5 on my list is the price. All of these flashlights come in different price ranges. You just need to find what's best for you and what you can afford. My general rule of thumb is the cost versus the value in return. How much money are you going to be spending on this flashlight versus how much you're going to be using it? For an example, I bought a 3-pack of these Coast flashlights at Costco for $30. At $10 a flashlight, this is a solid deal. Now, I don't use these very often. They're more just something to have around the house. The quality of the light isn't that great. It has an adjustable focus. It's not something that I'm going to be carrying on me every day or even putting in a backpack or bringing it with me traveling. It's just something that I have in each room kind of as a backup. It's not that great and I don't use it that often. Now, I don't mind spending a little bit more on a flashlight that I'll be carrying with me every day. All of these are things that you'll want to take into consideration when buying your first flashlight. Now, I'm going to go over a few of these flashlights and why I have them. I'm going to start out with a unique kind of flashlight. This is something I carry on my keys every day that goes on a clip and just goes in my belt loop. This is the Rovivon Aurora A3. Very bright, pocketable flashlight that has a lot of great features and it's very affordable. I want to say I bought this on Amazon for about $20. I always end up finding myself using this flashlight, so it's great to have on me all the time. Another unique flashlight that I carry very often that I talked about earlier in this video is the AceBeam PokeLit AA battery. It's something that I slip in this little pouch right here. It's great because it basically serves as another wallet. I carry it alongside a multi-tool and it's great to just pull out of a pocket and turn on. Pretty quick access, and it was only about $16 or $17 at the time. This flashlight I have right here is the Nitecore EDC 27. This light is unique because it's similar to a pocket knife, so you pretty much can carry this in every kind of outfit that you have. It really doesn't leave a big footprint. And it's also one of my brightest flashlights that I have. The only thing I don't really like about it is the UI on it. It's not the greatest, it could use a little bit of improvement, but they've got a pretty good light. The next one I have right here is the Nitecore EDC 35. This would be a great flashlight for police officers, outdoor exploration, taking your dogs for a walk. This thing has a really good throw. This light is very pocketable. It's not the smallest flashlight, although if you're someone who wears cargo pants or anything that has a lot of pockets, this might be a great addition to have. It's a 5,000 lumen flashlight, very bright. It's a good thrower that has a lot of spill, so it's a pretty versatile flashlight. This light here is the Coast HX5. It's another one of those rechargeable flashlights that can be swapped out with a AA battery. The only thing is once you put a AA battery in these flashlights, it does dumb it down a little bit, making it not quite as powerful. Lithium-ion batteries typically can put out a little bit more power than a AA battery can. This is another one of those inexpensive, zoomable flashlights, not the greatest quality, but something that you can just throw around and not worry about. You can give it to your kids, anything like that. Now this is the Olight Baton 3 Pro. It has a little bit of a warmer color temperature. I got this one in the neutral white color temperature. It definitely doesn't have a great CRI, although I do like a little bit of a warmer color temperature for whenever I'm just looking for things. It's a little bit easier on the eye, and this is a great pocketable flashlight. Not super bright by any means, but it's just a nice compact light that's versatile and has that convenient charger. It also runs off of a standard 18650 battery, a very common battery that you can replace with another. So if you don't have the magnetic charger on hand, but you have another battery, you can easily swap it out with that. This also has a two-way pocket clip, allowing you to carry it in different orientations. That's a nice feature to have as well. Here I have the Olight Marauder Mini. This is a great flashlight, pumping out 7,000 lumens. It has two different modes, allowing you to switch from a floodlight to a spotlight. Right here is the spotlight, and then you can easily toggle it to a floodlight. This is kind of my hotel flashlight. It's the Olight Seeker 4 Mini. This has a built-in UV light. It's great for looking at the stuff that you don't want to see all the time. It also has two LED lights on the front, making it a pretty good floodlight. It is a little bit bulky for a compact flashlight, so it's not something that I'd want to carry in my pocket all the time, although it is a good size, it fits in your hand pretty well. This also has a two-way pocket clip. Now right here is probably one of my most unique flashlights. This is the Loop Gear SK03. What's great about this flashlight is it has these lantern style lights on the side, as well as a good even floodlight on the front. Now these lights on the side, they call them E-tritium lights because it's equivalent to tritium without that radioactive material. It's basically just LED lights that are dimmed very low that can last for a couple of years. It's great for if you're trying to find this light in the dark, just always having that E-tritium on makes it really convenient. Now another great feature about this is this pocket clip on the side is a very special kind of clip. It has magnets on the side that you can attach to any metallic surface and then adjust the angle of the light very easily. And it also has a little blade that comes out of the front that can come in really handy if you don't have a knife on you, and it also has a little bottle opener on the side. I'm thinking about doing a review on this flashlight because of how unique it is. It's very versatile. I love that it's compact and it can wear a lot of hats. It's a great flashlight to have. Now, if you have any questions about any other types of flashlights, feel free to let me know in the comments. I hope this video was a good start and introduced you to a few different kinds of flashlights here. These are the 5 things that I look for in flashlights. You might look for something else for a specific use, but I hope this ends up being a good guide to help you out when buying a flashlight. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you in the next one.